So, welcome back, chat. Alright, so, can we just pretend like I didn't disappear for more than 3 months now on YouTube and probably 2 on Twitch? But, uh, you know what? I will just select jobs and then probably I will talk while I'm driving in my favorite truck sim, and I guess it's everyone else because there is nothing else on the market. But alright, you know what? Let's just get into it. Oh, oof. All right, I guess I take it. Ooh, Octos MP2. All right. Let's just take the job, I guess. All right, and it shows the radio. All right, let's get moving. Just a second. The reason why I don't stream is because, to be honest, I think it's not the best way to explain things. Like usually when you start streaming, you start talking by yourself and someone just join the chat and then you know takes the topic away with something else. So yeah, I just wanted to keep this thing you know more calm, so I don't have to look out for the chat and talk with them in while trying to stay at my own topic at the same time. So yeah, I disappeared for 3 months on YouTube, and if I remember correctly, it's 2 months on Twitch. The reason behind that is because I was ill, and technically I'm still having some issues, but it's it's just better now. It's not perfect. Like uh I'm still having some illness, but somehow it got way better than it was before. But yeah, I still don't know what's the issue because you know, getting an appointment. Sorry, I can speak. So, getting an appointment for anything here is kind of sucks. So you have to wait a long time. Like I was getting or trying to get an appointment in June, like at the beginning of June, and I got an appointment to the end of July. So yeah, I don't know what to expect, but I don't know what would be better if all these checks didn't show any results or if they showed me something worrying. So yeah, I guess I guess I will know when I will get to the point, like the date, and gets everything checked on me. I was at blood test in June. It didn't show any significant value, so that's why I don't know what to expect. Um, but yeah, so mostly that's the reason why I disappeared from content creation. The other thing is, to be honest, is just I was. Oh, that sound. Oh wait. Ah, yes. Alright, so the other thing why I disappeared from content creation is because I didn't want to. Stream while I have some stomachache, and I was like, okay, maybe I will make YouTube videos while playing Euro Truck. The thing is, my Moza wheel broke. I bought a Moza truck steering wheel recently with a racing wheel and the racing clamper, but the truck steering wheel got broken, so I had to contact the Moza support, and they told me to give them, like, you know, just mail them the steering wheel. And yeah, I did it, and the transfer took longer time than the repair itself. I mean, there's a 6, yeah. So the repair time were way shorter than the transfer time. Like, I posted it 3 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. It got delivered to the Moza facility last week, and they fixed it in one day. Like, I'm not joking. I was tracking down the whole process on the after sales support side, and I had no issues there. So it's very cool. It's very easy to use. So high five for Moza, making things easy when you have to send back to the Moza itself anything you want because it's broken. But yeah, it's fast. So transferring your thing to the nearest Moza facility, like repair facility, I don't know how to call them, was actually longer time. Like, it took up more time than actually fixing the thing. They just fixed it instantly. Like, in one day, they just got my package. Next day, I was checking the after sales support, and usually when you send back to the factory something, it takes a long time to repair. But for Moza, it wasn't that long. Like, it was actually 1 or 2 days. So yeah, I was kind of surprised how fast they are working with these repairs. But yeah, also the Moza support was very helpful. So high five for them too. Like, except the quality assurance of Moza, I cannot complain about. Oh, so I cannot complain about anything because they were very helpful. And when there is an office time for them, because the customer service is located in Beijing. So yeah, if you live in Europe, just calculate with these things. So when you wake up and you check your emails and you answer to the customer service, or like the support itself, they will answer almost immediately. But if you try to mail them during the afternoon, well, they are technically sleeping. So time zone is a thing. So yeah, so be prepared to having a longer time for your answer, especially if you live in Europe. But if it's office time for them, they will answer almost immediately. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't make content, because I didn't want to record Assetto Corsa videos, because I mean, to be honest, the shifter is, I guess you can hear it's very loud. Also, the pedal shifter is very loud clicking noise. Sorry, so also the pedal shifter has a very loud noise when shifting through gears. Because I bought the ES6 wheel, because that was the cheapest alternative for me, and I didn't want to spend another 800 bucks on the racing setup. So yeah, also I just didn't want to record Assetto Corsa videos because to be honest, that game just drives me insane recently, especially the Evo. Oh, so I just didn't want to record raging myself, and especially when I play racing games like Assetto Corsa Rally or Evo, I am very hyper focused, and I have to be, because you have to you know pay attention to the track rather than talking. So yeah, but wait, I can show you my pedal shifters on the ES6 wheel. Like, okay, it doesn't even record my okay. So yeah, it's It's kind of loud. So yeah, even noise suppression works fine. Okay, sorry. So even noise suppression works fine, and in OBS, but in VTube Studio it doesn't. So at least my wheel doesn't trigger. At least I hope it doesn't trigger the lip sync with VTube Studio. But at the same time, the whole wheel is just shaking and vibrates everything on my desk. So, and sometimes I just notice that my cups and my mugs just, you know, moving around on my desk because uh, hello.
Hi.
uh okay. um I guess hello colleague. So yeah, everything just moves around my desk, especially the mugs and the cups. So that's the reason why I didn't record the videos with the racing wheel, and I didn't want to record the Assetto Corsa videos anyway because it's just, for me it's very hard to enjoy the Evo. The rally is boring because the lack of content. I tried the new Greece map yesterday, but as my as my truck wheel came back on Monday, I decided to, you know, assemble the whole truck set instead of the racing wheel, and it's kind of pain to, you know, always disassemble the truck wheels bundle, like the set itself, especially the clamp, and then assemble it together for the racing rig, like the racing clamp, and you know, I don't want to mess with the screws also with too much loosening and tightening. So yeah, I try to stay at one setup at least for, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, I was thinking about maybe buying an R9 or R12 for racing setup, so I can just tighten the screws on the R9 for racing and R5 for track, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you have one stronger base, then probably you would just sell the weaker one, because why would you keep two bases in the house, especially if it's if you have a better one? Why would you use the worse one? I mean, I still have the G27 here, my back. I'm about to give it to my friend because he has another G27, but it doesn't work properly, so he wants to make one properly working G27 set. Sorry. It's not multiple. So yeah, he just wants to merge the two bundle and make it the one properly working bundle. Oh, hello, talent. So yeah, why are we breaking? Okay. So yeah, but that's it. Also, the other reason is because I was, you know, playing with my friends. They don't really know about this whole VTubing project, so, and I was like, you know what, let's just kinda chill and not get burnt out from everything, because I don't know if it's just being tired, being sick, or being burnt out, but to be honest, I have less and less mood for everything. So even when I start drawing, I don't know, I just want to do something else, and then I do something else, and I want to do something else again, and then I do the other thing, and then I want to do drawing. So it's just, I don't know, man. I just sit down, play games, then I don't want to play games because I want to watch videos, then I watch videos, and then I want to draw. So I start drawing, and then I want to play games again. So I know it's kind of messed up, so, but at the same time, I try to, you know, kind of stay at one thing for at least 1 or 2 hours, especially with the drawing, because, yeah, I know my drawing skills are not that decent, but I want to improve. It's just, most of the time I feel like my shading is terrible, and my body drawing, like the whole anatomy is at a okay level. So it's just, I know that there are so many things to improve in my drawings. I want to, and I try to. It's just I fail every time, even if I practice. So, but especially the shading and the coloring is the most outstanding issue for me. And to practice shading and coloring is the only, it's the only way to practice this, is to actually draw something and try to color it. So it's just not something you can do, like practicing anatomy, you know, like drawing sketches and then just draw another sketch. You have to make a proper sketch and the line art, then start painting and then coloring your art. So, and then go for shading. Like, I watched plenty of videos about, you know, how to shade and how to properly shade your anime art, but at the same time I still failing at it. So yeah, so that's the reason why I didn't make videos, because I try to practice drawing. And the other thing that bothers me is that I'm very slow. Like, I try to do something, I try to make progress, I sit in front of the drawing tablet for 2 hours, and then I just barely made progress, even with sketch. So that's the reason why I try to practice. So I just realized maybe it would be better to stick to one thing, like drawing a character or drawing a vehicle, because most of the time I try to draw a vehicle and I try to draw my VTuber character in front of that, like somewhere else, like my stream starting, ending, and post screen, like with the VR 101. Also, I made an art with a Scania truck, which is I made an Easter egg. Probably older ETS players will realize. So yeah, probably they will get it. If you don't get it, then it's not your fault. You just didn't start playing with Euro Truck Simulator franchise early enough. But yeah, anyway, so that's the reason why I stopped making videos or doing lives, because all the time I was trying to draw, try to make progress, or I was just trying to rest and relax, and, you know, trying not to overthink so many things like my sickness and illness and all. So yeah, I just hope that the music cannot be heard through my headphones. I don't want to get copyright. Also, the other thing why I didn't stream, and I don't stream currently, so I decided to make a video instead. It's because when I usually stream, it's just, you know, most of the time I play with games that is not that interesting, because let's just say watching a TSW or Simreal stream or watching someone playing with ETS2 itself is not that interesting as, you know, something more interesting, like playing Counter-Strike or R6 Siege, or I don't know, for someone it's League of Legends. But for me, I don't like to play those games because they just drive me crazy most of the time. Like, I don't play with League of Legends, I played with Counter-Strike and Rainbow Six Siege for a long time, and oh no, you have to turn on the wipers. But most of the time, I just didn't enjoy the games. Like those games, I just didn't enjoy because, you know, I'm kind of very competitive player myself. Like when I play with Assetto Corsa or other racing games, at the same time I try to enjoy the race, but at the same time trying to get to the first place. So yeah, recently this feeling just got decreased. Like right now I'm just trying to, you know, stay alive on the track and just enjoy the race, like the roar of the engines, and enjoy the speed, especially on my favorite truck, the Porsche Life. But yeah, it's just you know, when it's about something competitive, sometimes I take it too seriously, and I just don't want to, you know, stream that I'm shouting at teammates who are just going crazy because of the game, especially like a game like War Thunder. Damn, that game just drove me crazy very hard. Like I went insane when I played that game, so I'm glad I just stopped playing with that. You know, sometimes you have to chill. You have to just sit down and, you know, play some chill driving games like this, or something else like the Simrail or Train Sim World if you want. Except it's not that easy to chill when playing Train Sim World because the state of the game currently is not that good. So yeah, I even deleted it. So I was like, I'm kind of tired playing that game. So, and it took up too much space. So, and honestly, after the Star Apocalypse DLC got released, I didn't have the mood to play anything else. But at the same time, the boredom just kicked in after playing the same train on the same line for quadrillions times. So yeah, probably that's the reason why people don't become a train driver or a truck driver or a bus driver in real life, because in simulation games you can change anything you want, like changing a locomotive, or, you know, if you got bored of driving trucks, then you can play with something else like driving buses or driving trains. So, and the key difference is that you drive when you want, and you drive when your boss tells it. So I mean, oops, that's true for me. So when I try to stick with one thing, like driving trucks or driving buses, after a while I just, you know, uh, I just, you know, gets bored, and then I drive trains, then drive buses. So it's just very hard to stick with one thing, and I think that's kind of okay, but kind of not at the same time, because, you know, sometimes you have to stick with one thing and then enjoy it. But I think in these days it's more about being flexible. So it's not always what. All right, so it's not always an issue to, you know, being able to do more things at a decent level than, or at least on a certain level, than just doing one thing professionally. But who knows? That's my opinion. So maybe someone will disagree, maybe someone will agree with me. But yeah, pedestrian trains. Maybe I will change to YouTube, like creating content there. I don't know yet. just, to be honest, last year when I made my own VTuber model, I was like, okay, I will stream, and then I will stream Bus Simulator and Train Simulator and making videos, but like making exclusive videos for YouTube. But after a while, I realized that taking, like, editing my own VODs take up too much time, and I didn't have the time to record exclusive videos and then, oh no, and then, where should I go? Okay. So it just took up too much time to, you know, do live and then recharge my phone, because I'm using my phone as my tracking cam for YouTube Studio, and then, record a whole video for YouTube in while editing my VODs at the same time. So yeah, it wasn't obvious for me, or it wasn't clear for me if I could do the two things at the same time, especially while going to university. But it turned out no. I was happy that I can stream on Fridays, because I had that day free. Like, I didn't had to attend any class on Fridays. I really hope that it it's still like it's going to be that way next semester, because I went for major. Ow. Okay. So yeah. Oh wait. Let's go right. Ah, and the gate. I will start creating videos and edit them, but at the same time, I try to, improve my art skills and do some art. So I usually post it on my Discord server. Also, it's just funny how I managed to solve some of my issues with bugs and other things. Like, when I started streaming, the I used the Windows phone to link application to, use my phone as a webcam to, track my face for YouTube Studio. But recently I started using Droid Cam. Sorry, no, it wasn't recently, it was way long ago. Because phone to link rejected, like, it just refused to work properly. And I remember having an issue with my phone just, kinda overheating during these sessions, especially during live. So I'm just kinda glad that I had to face this issue to find something else. So that's how I found Droid Cam. And then I just solved another issue at the same time. So since I'm using Droid Cam, my phone doesn't overheat, even if I record for a way longer period of time. So yeah, it's just kind of surprising that sometimes you have to face some backlash or some kind of bad things to find better things at the same time. Also, for now, I will, try to collect the money for Scania G, because I think that's the most balanced truck to start with, in my opinion, of course. So maybe someone else is having different option, different opinion. It would be just kind of fun. Okay, wait. I Why there is no gas station here? Okay, I guess I will just go there, I guess. Yep. All right. I really hope that it's going to last. Wait. How much distance is next checkpoint distance? 166. All right. We are doing big math here. Wait. Oh, range. Guess I'm just gliding now. All right. Let's hope I'm not getting out of the fuel. I mean, sleeping is another issue, but yeah, probably I should have refilled my fuel tanks way before. Ah, I guess we are cooked now. Anyway, okay, it's very rare to run out of fuel for me. Maybe because I'm too used to my own trucks and I usually fill up with fuel. So it happened to me only once, but it was because I couldn't find a fuel station nearby, like for even 200 kilometers. So, and I just ran out of the fuel right before the gas station. So yeah, I was kind of mad, to be honest. Oh, okay, thank God it's downhill. Wait, how much? This? Oh, all right, it's not that bad. All right, throttle off. I don't. Ooh. Shut up. I don't care. Wait, how much is the distance? It's 24 kilometers, and it says it's 30. So, oh, all right. All right. I guess I will be fine now. It's just I have to be careful not to make a complete stop because that takes up too much fuel to start again. Okay. Really? You are tired. You should find a parking spot and rest. Alright, I'm about to do that too, but let me refuel first and then we can talk. Alright? Let's just take this as a chicane on any kind of racetrack. You know, ideal racing. Like, what the f is wrong with my mouse? Right? And I guess I just come here and refuel. I don't care if it's the reverse direction. There was no wait, there was nothing to prohibit the turn left there. Anyway, let's just refuel. And where should I? Oh, oh. Hmm. Wait. Okay. All right. Hey, put it into reverse. Thank you. Trying not to hit anything. What? Okay. I guess. Okay. I guess we can continue. So, Okay. Right, let's see how much time can I save by, overspeeding a bit, like overspeeding by 5 kilometers per hour. Let's hope that I can save at least the second sleep. So it's not going to be an issue for, getting where I want. Even I have, more time to, rest so I can find a parking lot earlier than needed. If, parking lot is not available on the route around the time I have to stop, like it happened right now, so. Okay. I was going fast. Oh, also about the Moza wheel, like for the review, I'm very satisfied with the truck wheel, except this small malfunction I had to, get it fixed. But the whole grip feels nice, the leather, and also I bought the 12-inch mod for the ESX wheel because the 11-inch basic steering wheel had a very terrible grip. It was like, gripping rough plastic. So I decided to, change it to the 12-inch mod. And after then, it just felt way better. Like my whole hand felt very sweaty and grippy after using the default steering wheel. But after I switched to the 12-inch mod with the leather covering, it just got way better. So if you consider buying an ESX wheel, I think buying a wheel mod for that, like a rim mod, is essential, because the basic rim is it's just not a nice feel to touch. Like after a long race session, it just feels like you were gripping something soaked in some soft drink, so your whole hand will feel grippy and sweaty at the same time. So yeah, I also purchased the shifter. It just, I had to buy a universal clamp for the shifter itself, which is funny because the manual mentioned, or at least showed a layout how to set up your Moza shifter there, but at the same time it didn't fit, so as the manual said, so I had to find a better way, which I actually found, so no issues here. It's just sometimes the manuals are not as useful as you might think. It was kind of surprise for me, so yeah, sometimes you have to experiment with things. Even if you have a proper manual for something, sometimes it can be wrong. So, and it was actually the situation I was in, like trying to follow the official, I mean, it's something third party made, but the manual you get for that was completely wrong how you should put up your shifter. And I found a better way, so it has more grip on the clamp, so it moves less. Because when I try to assemble it as the manual said, I had to remove some screws from the plate, and it just wasn't that fixed. Like, it could move back and forth, and Also, the shifter could move left and right, so yeah. Sometimes it's just better to, you know, read the manual and then break the rules because we get better results. So also about content creation, I think I will stick to Euro Truck Simulator in the meantime because and Simrail because like as I mentioned before, Train Sim were just kind of drove me crazy with the lack of quality recently and how developers doesn't care about the game itself. Like they just don't care about it as I see. And third party developers also making some low quality premium priced DLCs. So and honestly I'm just kinda tired of it, especially after Running Train got released. I mean, so just think about that one person could make a better game as a passion project than a whole studio specified for this task to make a proper game. I just got very demotivated from Train Sim World after Running Train because it just, you know, breaks the mood when you start playing with TSW. You have a huge and severe legs and drops, especially in the performance. And then you have Running Train that runs smooth on Unreal Engine 5 and it doesn't have any kind of issue. You have even AI trains running these services. The only issue with Running Train currently is the lack of content, so you have only 4. Well, technically you have 3 multiple units, but the regular passenger multiple unit is just, you know, there is a, I don't know, kind of facelifted version like the 1100 and the 1500 series. They are technically almost the same. It's just, you know, one is older and it's a bit harder to drive, and the other one is similar but it's easier to drive. So, but you know, let's just give it time. I mean, I think we gave too much time for TSW because there weren't any kind of proper alternatives for the game. I mean, sure, we had the Simrail, but it's just Polish content. Meanwhile, in TSW, we had DLCs from Germany, Switzerland, Austria, France, and mostly from the United Kingdom. Like, recently, all the DLCs had been released was from the United Kingdom, and to be honest, I'm not that enthusiastic about the British trains. Like, those things are just not very close to me, as I live in Europe, and you know, German and Austrian content is just way closer to me, so I can just, you know, hop on train or hop on plane and I can just visit any kind of German or Austrian train if I want, especially Austrian. So, and sometimes I see those locomotives in real life too, even without moving country. So, like the 182 and the ÖBB 1016 or 1116. So yeah. Also the Siemens Vectron. So I think that's fair if I say that I'm more enthusiastic about those trains I see every day than those I don't care about, to be honest, because I have never seen English locomotives or multiple, especially multiple units in service nearby. So yeah. And the other thing, like Simrail, is also like it could be a proper alternative for Train Sim World, especially with the multiplayer. But my only issue with SimRail is that you can't drive a full-length route because the game just takes away the trains right before the terminal station, and you can't do proper shunting scenarios or schedules when you have to turn around, you have to get the locomotive to the other end of the train, or just simply move to the other cab, like on the Impulse or on the Pendolino. So from that point of view, the train sim world does better job, because you can drive a full-length route most of the time, except when the map is split into different regions, like the Frankfurt S-Bahn, for example. Like, you cannot drive a full-length S1 or S... I don't know which S-Bahn line is it, but you could drive a full length with the Frankfurt S-Bahn and with the Frankfurt hold 'em up. But no, it had to be split into two, so you can't drive the whole length of the S-Bahn. And almost the same goes for SimRail. It's just you could enter the central station of Łódź, but no, the game has to take away the control after Łódź Widzew because I don't know, maybe the game just cannot handle AI doing shunting jobs, or maybe it's the multiplayer, I don't know. Also, I was like making a video about DSW's current state, but I just abandoned it because I realized that there are other content creators making videos about the game's issue or the game's issues. So I was like, I'm not going to ride the wave. So yeah. And I just, don't want to... I just don't want to, make some eventing content. I mean, maybe I will. I mean, if I think about it, I could make so many eventing content. But, I mean, I just, don't want to build up my channel around, venting about things. It's okay to vent sometimes, mentioning issues, but yeah, I try to, control myself, I guess. Like, I try to restrict myself from venting, because yeah, it's just not the right thing to do all the time. But sometimes it's needed. Like, I mean, you cannot be positive about everything, and if you have some critical thinking and you give a voice for your opinion, then some people will think that you are just venting again, but it's just people not being able to, using the definition of critical thinking. So yeah, like, I will never understand people who, sometimes there is an issue and you mention it and explain it in a proper way to, make others understand. And then suddenly others are just like, you are venting again, or like, stop being so negative. And like, no, dude, I'm just telling you the issues. You can't put your head in the sand all the time because you want to act like you are positive and optimistic. Like, that's not going to get you anywhere if you are just too positive about everything. Oh yeah. Why are you behind that slow car? I have air horn! Oh, let's go. Open the gate. Okay, thank you. Adios. Or c'est la vie, as they say in French, I guess. Okay. Really? I didn't see this coming. Oops. Sorry. Alright. I was like, okay, I don't see anything in the left mirror. Alright, let's just, you know, switch lane, and then suddenly a Volvo jump scare. Oh, what? What was that sound? What the heck? Wait, is it? What? Hello? Min? Thank you. Alright, let's refuel and then we go sleep. Okay. Alright. Alright, I should slow down. I'm driving way reckless. Like, yeah. Okay, let's refill. Let's refuel. Ooh. We are getting into a very Mediterranean area. I mean, everything is light brownish now instead of green. Also, I didn't script any kind of things here right now because when I try to make videos like the Starapaka review or, you know, the suggestion video, how to start and like what kind of train simulation game you should pick, I had a very hard time reading through my script and then, you know, make the video. So I'm kind of amazed on people who can read and talk and everything at the same time. So I was very bad at this. So like I'm not used to reading and talking at the same time. I usually just I'm just not used to, you know, reading and talking at the same time for a longer period of time, especially when you have to, you know, keep everything understandable, what you pronounce and what you read. So yeah, probably I will stop making videos like that. Maybe I will just, you know, make some videos like a topic in my head and then I just make videos and then you know, talk about the topic that's just hit my mind, kinda. So I don't know, maybe I'm too stressed about reading everything correctly in the script, and I'm too nervous about, you know, mispronouncing things when reading through the script, and you know, it's just getting worse and worse every time you make a mistake, because sometimes you have to reread the whole paragraph Like, you were speaking and reading through the script perfectly fine for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, and then you make a mistake, and then you have to start again because you don't want to make jump cuts all the time, and then you are getting more nervous and more nervous and more anxious about, you know, reading everything correctly, and then you just make more mistakes. So sometimes it's okay to improvise, I guess. For me, I think it's actually what I want to talk about. Who knows, maybe I can record more entertaining content when I just don't, you know, trying to force myself to record a video with a long script ahead, and then, you know, being anxious about not reading something correctly, and then I have to restart. And also, yeah, it's just, maybe that's just me, maybe I'm too newbie for this whole content creation, I don't know. Okay, and I guess that's the end. Oh, I have to stop right there. Okay. Right. Just okay. Um um you know what? Right. Oh, oops. Sorry. Ah, why you have to make me park in that tight space? Bro, that's not even touching. What the heck? I can see a small gap between. What the heck is wrong with you? Ah, wait. I don't care. You are going to fit in because I said so. Why are you tilted like that? Aren't you? Oh, okay, never mind. It's not. Wait, oops. Okay. Air pressure low. Well, I don't care. Uh, okay. Yes, we are fine. Thank you. Ah, okay. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Jesus. Okay, I think I take it, but I will do this job in the next video. I guess. Okay, wait. Yeah, I think that's it for today. So Yeah, see you next time.